Hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie, and today I'm going to do a metallic watercolor doodle video. So this video is going to be, I think, kind of a bouquet sort of arrangement. I am going to use this little wood circle and a white pencil to sort of get my vase on here. Sort of like that. Yeah, this is just playtime in the studio. Come along with me as I do this. I'm going to try and do this basically like a live stream. So I'm not going to be editing unless I do drying, and then I'm going to take the drying out because that's just a lot of noise and nonsense and doesn't really help us out any. I'm going to put some circles and then just let it fill in. I'm going to keep some of that that black showing. So that's pretty. I think I'm going to go in with maybe this pink. Ooh, that's pretty. All right, I like that. And oh, the sparkle. That's going to be pretty. I'm going to rinse my brush and put another flower over here. Now, I don't know if it's going to go over the top of the pencil or not. I haven't experimented with this. I think we're going to go with maybe another pink. I did soften these paints up by spraying them with a spray bottle. Ooh, that is just so cool. I've got to zoom in on that. Just watching it go zoop. I am doodling with the watercolor. I am also going to doodle with a pen. So if I, lose details and things like that, it's not a big deal. I can add details back in. I'm just picking up the different pink colors right here. And I'm going to end up with these splodges of color. I'm not truthfully trying to make a flower, but if flowers come out of my doodles, that's going to be cool. I need another big one up here at the top. I think I'm going to go with this metallic yellowy color. Oh, I did not. Let's sort of have it with it going upwards, maybe. Ooh, doing this to make a sunflower on the black paper. I'm kind of making a sunflower here, I think. But it's from the back side or the bottom side, so you can't exactly see it really well. Just putting that gold in there. I love watching it as it sort of flows around. The mica likes to float. That's pretty. That is pretty. Just adding some of that yellow now to that gold. Just doodling, dabbing, doodles, all of it. Maybe go back to some of that bronzy gold color again. Kind of as it dries a little bit. Just let your intuition guide. That's pretty. This part here is going to be green coming down. If I put any green on it right now, I don't know if it's going to run up or not. Well, why don't we test it? Ooh, no. Looks like it's going to stay down. That's cool, but it's going to move over. Put the really dark. No, that isn't really dark. Interesting. Just putting some green leaves on here. Maybe put a little highlight of green in the vase. Put a little bit of that blue down here. Maybe it looks more like a bubble. Little bubble vase. Keeping that green on there, keeping the blue, letting the black show through. Well, that's cool. This is definitely a, intuitive, let it flow. Not worried about if I'm going outside the lines. Oh well, I'm going to be doodling on here anyway. All right, let's zoom out just a smidge. I'm going to kind of take this black pearl color down here just to make a bit of a tabletop. That's kind of fun. Yep, it's going to be darker over there. It's a little lighter on this side. That side I want it to be a little darker, so I think I'll take some of that darker. So getting a tablet of paper like this and then not being worried about it. Oh, I like that reflection that's happening down here now. It looks like the green leaves are reflecting down. That's looking cool. This is still drying naturally. I'm gonna put a few little extra ooh, maybe that one ends up being a bit of a flower bud. Actually looks kind of like corn, but you know, get it opening up just a little. That's good. Now I need to have something. I think I want to change that pink flower to more of a warmer color. Sort of maybe this corally color. It's still a pinkish, but it's that more coral. Yeah, this really isn't a lesson. This is a watch me paint or come paint with me. But, you know, do your own thing, friends. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That kind of copper color. Having these types of videos, sometimes just hang out in the studio with me, you know, as I'm painting, you can be painting your own thing, or doodling, or drawing, whatever makes you happy. Oh, that's coming together. Let's see, that's a little too blue. Kind of like random little flowery bits, almost like wheat. Ooh, kind of like wheat. Something, just a little bit of color filling in there. You know, I'm totally doing this as a, oh yeah, that's nice. Intuitive, just letting it go. Doodling with the paint. I might doodle with the pen up here in the flowers a little bit, just to now I have just a tiny bit of paint on here on my brush. I haven't refilled it. I'm kind of letting it do some of those little ghosty marks. All right, I need to do something down here on this base of the I want something that's going to like go to the darker side, maybe. Just a little bit darker down here, maybe a little bit of a highlight. I'm regretting putting the, there we go. That needed to be rounded. also, not flat. Because that up there is rounded. Put a little bit of that highlight on that. Oh, nice. Oh, this is fun. Yeah, this is just fun playtime. I might even put a few little speckles. Let's see. Put a few little bits of that wheat down here on the table. Falling off. And I might take a black pen and put a little bit of a shadow underneath of that. This is like a shiny glass, but a opaque glass jar that these flowers are in. And I'm just building up some layers here of this copper color to sort of hide that the jar was right there. I probably should have put my flowers on first, but you know what? By putting them on there, I knew how big I could go and have the vase still hit the table. Oh, I like that. The reflection in the jar, the reflection on the vase. That's looking good. I really like how loose and free that sunflower is. And maybe I do something that's a big sunflower by itself one of these times. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments. You want to see a big metallic loose sunflower? Yeah, that the idea of that is really making me happy. Getting a little bit more of that sort of iridescent purple on here. Putting these colors in layers. Letting the black show through still. Not being perfect with it. Letting it be loose. Letting it be kind of intuitive. And maybe I'll put a little bit of this white acrylic gouache. Maybe that's what I'll use for doing some doodle details. This is a Mimic #2 round. The other brush that I've been doing the whole painting with is the Zen Art Faux Squirrel round. Oh, and you know, you can, let me see. I'm going to put some of that copper up here. I'm not going to touch the pans down here with a brush that has touched the acrylic gouache. But you can mix that watercolor into your gouache. Oh, look at that. And you can color your gouache. So if you only have white, and it doesn't have to be acrylic gouache, you can have regular gouache. So if you have white regular gouache, you can color it with any watercolor. And even acrylic gouache can be colored with watercolor. Starting to sort of detail up my roses just a little bit. This rose in particular. I want a little bit of that opaqueness, and then I can always come back in with more of my watercolor over the top of this, even because I'm keeping it really thin, and the gouache seems to, you know, take a little bit of color afterwards. See, and I'm just going to smudge that around a little bit while it's still wet, not opaque. I want it to not be quite as solid, but some places here I do want that solid. So, you know, play with it. See what it will do. That's really my philosophy. What will this do? If I do that, what will it do? Will it do something that I'm interested in? Or do I need to soften things up again? Add more of the regular watercolor right in here. Again, I'm not going to put my good watercolor brush onto the wet acrylic. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. And let's see here. I'm going to put some of that pink up here. Take some of that white into the pink. Ah, there we go. Lovely little highlights. Doodling it on, not worried about making these perfect, enjoying the process, seeing what it will do. Maybe just touch that white down here. Oh, I like that. You know, I have to tell myself to stop. I am gonna stop, but I do want this particular petal that's in front to have more of that copper on it. So I will do that, and then I will stop. Okay, I've rinsed out I'd rinsed out the acrylic gouache from my brush, so ooh, I like that. Okay, I need to put just a touch of that copper around the center. Haha. Okay. Yep. So I could keep going and going and going on that. I think I'm not going to put the gouache on that. I am going to dry, so I'll be right back here after it's all dry. All right, why was I afraid of black watercolor paper? I don't know. I don't know why I was afraid of it. This has been so much fun. I am going to put a few little doodles on here. Let's see. I think I'm going to do these type of doodles, give it a little bit of texture on that green bit underneath the petals. Sorry about if it squeaks, if the pen squeaks. That's pretty. Put a little highlight along that edge. Okay. See that pen edge is just a little bit too strong, but this Uniball Signo pen actually will dissolve with water, so it's not as pen-like. It's almost more like a gouache paint. And down here at the bottom, that's just not happy. I need to do something on the table to darken up underneath of it. I don't want that sharp line. That's better. So you can almost paint with the pen. So I'm not really happy with it being that sharp up here. And maybe even softening up that just a little bit. So it doesn't feel quite so... There. Okay, I like that better. That's nice. That's nice. I like having a little bit of that pen down in there, but not too much. Let's see if we just put little... Now, I don't mind that. Sort of little shapes, little dash lines on the top edge of some of the kind of like little wheat. That's pretty. You know, I guess if I do it sort of like that, those end up looking more like pussy willow. If I put like a little covering case, the back side of those, that feels more like pussy willow. Sort of. I mean, it's not. Wow. You know what? I don't think I need to do any more doodling on that. I want to leave this rose the way it is. I like the look. Actually, that little bit of white down here now helps. I love how this vase turned out. This really loose sunflower at the top. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm not going to mess around with this anymore. The only thing I'm going to do is put my signature box. Just like that. And if you enjoyed this, click that like button. If you found value in this video, click the subscribe button. Come back and join me for more here on Deliberately Creative. Remember, go out, do something creative. Take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. I want to see you back here again really soon. Bye.